Well, welcome everybody to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm your host, JB Owen, and I'm so excited because it's May Day. Happy May Day to each and every one of you. It's the first day of May, and it just feels phenomenal and exciting and some energy to it. And I just want to know, wherever you are in the world, just take a moment to just absorb the fantastic feeling of May. Right before the show, I was just closing my eyes to think about what's important about today. And I got this song came into my head, good, good, good vibrations. And I thought, it's so true. We need to create positive vibrations. We need to have this entire vibration of energy and igniting go out into the world. And that's what this show is really about. How do we create a vibration amongst us, amongst ourselves first, and then ripple out to others where there is goodness and grace and love, connection, compassion, empathy, understanding, and camaraderie amongst us all. And that vibration, as it permeates through humanity, it's going to make a massive change for all of us, a beneficial change, a vibrational change that boomerangs back to us. And I just want to share that this show is all about helping us raise our vibrations and really improve and increase the vibrations that we want to have. We have the power to create the magnet in our lives and radiate outward exactly what it is we want. So why not pick the fun stuff, the enjoyable stuff, the good vibrations, and lean into the wonderful things that are around us. So happy May Day to you, wherever you are. It's Monday, and we're jumping into a great topic today. We're talking about ideas on how you can ignite humanity. And it all starts with you. We have a beautiful guest on the show today because we want to talk about their ignite moments, that wonderful process in their life, that epiphany that they had that woke them up, that created a new vibration in their life, that set them on a new trajectory into something great and amazing and impactful, and ideally, ultimately, the truth of it, helping somebody else. We get to a place in our lives where we realize it truly is the greatest gift we can do to ignite another person's lives. And this show is all about showcasing those amazing people doing just that. All right, well, let's find out who's on the show today. Very excited to bring forth Andi Buerger is the founder and chair of Voices Against Trafficking, an international organization founded in 2019 and dedicated to the eradication of human trafficking. Andi herself is a survivor of child sex trafficking from the ages of 6 months to 17 years. And her powerful, inspirational, and passionate voice for the voiceless is a highly sought after individual. She's a speaker, an author, and an advocate for the innocents. She recently compiled Voices Against Trafficking, The Strength of Many Voices, Speaking as One, now in the Library of Congress. And a portion of her book proceeds goes towards the victims of human trafficking. She's a very amazing individual doing some incredible things, helping some beautiful people on the planet. And I'm so honored to have her on the show. Welcome, Andi Buerger.
Well, thank you, JB, for that amazing introduction. I was like, okay, wait a minute, where is that person? But I appreciate that very much.
Well, that's you. That's you. You're doing that stuff. You're making that effort. You're reaching out. You're igniting humanity in a really powerful way. And you're doing it in an arena where a lot of people just want to, put the blinders on, turn away from, not deal with. Share a little bit about, first of all, the industry or the area of sex trafficking that maybe some of us don't really know that much about.
Sure, absolutely. Well, human trafficking, basically, the short version is anyone that's forced or coerced into labor, sex trade, debt relinquishment or restitution, whatever, that is trafficking. And what we want everyone to understand is that it does happen in every neighborhood. It does happen in every country. And so our goal is to create greater awareness, provide tools, ideas, things that people can use every day, because it is on the rise exponentially, no matter where you live in this world. Globally, it's over a $160 billion industry, with 95 to 99 billion of that being sex trade.
Wow, incredible. I mean, these are statistics very few people know about. Is there something, when you say it happening in every neighborhood, is there something that I can be on the lookout for or be aware of or seeing that I maybe wouldn't see until you shared it with me?
Well, a lot of times it's the little things, your gut instinct that comes into play. For example, one of our members of Voices Against Trafficking noticed that there was a woman on board with two girls. They looked very young, but they had like $100 nail jobs. Their clothes were very expensive. Their makeup was, close to professional. Their hair was done a certain way, almost like they were going to some big event. And yet, the way that the woman controlled them on the airplane, if one went to the bathroom, they all went, and she stood by the door. So one of our members thought it was odd, and so she mentioned it to the flight attendant, and they're trained usually to spot things as well. She watched, and as it turns out, that woman was trying to traffic those two girls out of the country, and they notified TSA and were able to stop it.
Wow, incredible, incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah, something you don't even think about. You just, sometimes you turn a blind eye to it, and it's amazing. What a fantastic a reference. Is there something that we can do, everyday people, each one of us do to help and support the initiative that you're so passionate about?
Absolutely. Well, for one thing, today, they go to any of the hotlines on our website, and many of them are international, some of them are not, but they can put those numbers in their phone. But even in Canada or any country, you will have hotlines and helplines, hopefully, that you can put in your phone. A lot of people forget that if they put them in their phone when they see something and they're nervous, they can just call or text the number. The second thing is, yes, for us, we are a nonprofit. We provide active rescues. Sometimes we intercede in rescues, but we put out books, magazines, everything that we can think of internationally to get the awareness, to get true stories out, but also get the hope out. So, something as small as $5 a month helps us, but our main goal is to please be aware. If you see something, don't be afraid to say something, because that would have meant a big difference in my life if somebody had done that.
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to introduce that topic. You have a story, and there, of course, there was an ignite moment that led you to do the incredible work that you do right now. Are you willing to share a little bit with the viewers just how your background has instilled this incredible, again, I say passion in you to do this work?
Absolutely. Before there was a term, JB, for human trafficking, and when cultures weren't even talking about child abuse back in the early 60s and 70s, I was trafficked by all immediate family members, male and female, and some extended family members from the ages of 6 months to 17 years old. And babies are a big trafficking product even today. But back then, again, they didn't know to make money off of it. It was strictly for perverse interest. And so by the time I was 5, the physical torture, the sexual things, the emotional and mental control, and just the abuse constantly every day wore on me. And I thought, I'll just take my life because I'll be better off dead. No one's going to hear me. No one's going to rescue me. And when it's family members that are predators, it's even harder for a victim to get help, even if it was back then, because the bloodline covers a lot of sins, as we say. So 5 was my first attempt at suicide. And in my life, God interceded that day and said he had a plan for me and that this wasn't the answer. And of course, it wasn't easy, but, fast forward to 17 years old, and that was the last time my birth mother tried to kill me. So it wasn't until I got to college when I saw how other people lived.
Thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing. And that's what I love about this show and about my guests, because it isn't easy to just be on national television and tell a story like that. You obviously, as a speaker and a motivator, you've told this story before. What I appreciate so deeply is that you say it in a way that it's factual and informational, but you also say it in a way with compassion and understanding. And yet you've used that story to become a hero in your own story. And I just really want to fast forward to that. You then have really worked on becoming an advocate and really a voice for others, which is a beautiful homage to your name of your company. Talk a little bit about the journey towards the advocacy that you do now.
Absolutely. Well, there was a time where I thought if I went to law school, I could save all the kids that were hurt like me. And I got to law school in the 80s, and there were a lot of famous cases and things like that that just made me realize that that's not the justice. It's about power, money, who had the theatrics. And so I did finish law school, and I went back to business thinking if I can take care of myself and make enough money, I can help other people. And that's what I wanted to do. And then fast forward through an abusive marriage, and then finally to the most amazing human I've ever known, who I've been married to for 23 years. We wanted to really do something for the kids. So in 2008, that's when we started Beulah's Place, a temporary shelter service program using safe houses. I had had a massive brain injury that year. I was not able to work. I thought, I don't know what you want me to do, God, because I can't even remember what day it is. And for a whole year, I had no memory. So a friend of mine, she said, let's just put the website out and have faith that God is going to bless it. And he did. And 14 years later, we rescued and served over 300 at-risk homeless teens, a lot of whom were trafficked. All were sexually abused, physically abused, and we just put our 12th one through college.
That is such a great story and so beautiful. Like, wow, what a way to ignite humanity. And even right before the show, the first thing you shared with me is that you've been able to save another individual just recently. And I just love that good news. Can you share a little bit about that without any confidentiality, but just the good news of it? Because, people get excited because they, I don't know, get a coupon or get a free something or win the lottery. Like, you were able to save someone's life and save someone and help them be protected. Like, that is so exciting to me.
It is a great moment because this young woman, very young mom, very, very young mom, she was recruited as a minor, which most prostitutes are. And she did not know how to get out and ended up having a child and somehow managed to escape her predators with the child. And so the child now is pre-K, and she wanted a better life for him, but didn't have the means or skills. And one of our members found out about her, called me, said, what can we do for her? She needs to get out of this state. And I said, okay, well, let's work on that. And so you figure, transportation, we have to move them several times so that they're not tracked or stalked by predators with a child, which is very challenging. And it's also very expensive, but we managed to get her to my state and with her child now, and they're going to learn jobs, or she's going to learn better job skills, and she's getting the support, and she's got furniture for her little apartment, and we've connected her with people in the community that embrace receiving people that have had such trauma in their life and not judging them for anything in their life.
It's such a beautiful story, and bravo to you, and congratulations. And we send her the most blessings and healings and just ignite her life in all different ways. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, you also told me, and it's Idea Day, it's Monday, that you had some ideas that maybe some of us can implement into our lives so that we make sure that we're living the best versions of ourselves.
Absolutely. JB, one of the biggest things in my life that I learned, and it's hard for a lot of people to understand, but I hope I can make it a little easier, is first saying forgiveness. A lot of times we have trauma, we have hurt, we have betrayal in our life, we have things that keep us from really igniting or being as large of an igniter as we could be. And I had people ask me all the time, how could you forgive those people? I said, well, I really didn't. I really had to lean on God to help me do that, because I wouldn't have. My human nature would have said, forget it. No way, they can go wherever. But here's the thing, if you hold on to hatred and hurt, you cannot be open to receiving blessings, to receiving opportunities to ignite humanity in your own area, in your own neighborhood, in your own home, your own family. And so forgiveness really is for you, not the person who hurt you. And so I tell people it's a freedom. The other thing too is to keep moving. Do not buy the lies that society wants to sell you, that you're not good enough, you're not perfect enough, you don't have the right clothes, you're not skinny enough, whatever it is, you don't have the right job for a man, whatever the lie is, don't buy that. Just keep moving, and everything else will work out, because when you keep moving, you cannot get stuck in a rut.
Yeah, it's a really good point, because a lot of times we're always looking for validation somewhere else, or we're looking for people to tell us what to do. I remember one time someone shared with me, you don't need anyone to witness your greatness. Just go and do it. Just keep moving, as you said. And you
Love
don't need someone to validate, oh, you did a good job, or you're great, or you're wonderful, or even your awakenings, or those moments where you have a really precious understanding of yourself. It was a good lesson for me that just keep going, keep moving forward, do your own trajectory, do what's your path, and it will unfold and it will reveal and it will succeed if you just stay focused on you and not so busy about what somebody else is doing. Also, we could talk a little bit about not always looking in the rearview mirror at the past and then focusing on the old story. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the story is what it is. You can't change that part of it. So why spend energy on it? My feeling is if you take today, this is the day you have. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. It's not on my birth certificate that says, oh, you'll live forever. Everyone will love you. Life will always be fair. Definitely not on mine. but for everyone who's watching and listening, the past is part of what happened to you, but it does not have to identify you or define you. You have the choice. And that's what I learned early on. I could choose to do good, I could choose to do evil, or I could choose to do nothing and see what happens. Two of those are not productive and they will not ignite anything. But choosing to do good and live forward, as I say, living joyously today, even if you have a terminal disease, even if your kids are sideways, no matter what is happening in your life, if you look hard enough, you can find even a small joy to focus on. And I'm not Pollyanna. I just know that finding a small joy is better than not having any joy at all in the day.
Yeah. Was there an ignite moment for you as you got older where you knew this was your calling, or you really had that awakening that this was the joy and the passion, that switch got turned on?
Mhm. I really think that the two things, one, believing that I had a purpose as a 5-year-old girl, that somebody out there saw me as valuable. Okay. But the second one I would say would be in college when, as curious as this may sound, I took one elective in college and it was a ballet class. And I just wrote a little article about this because I remembered one thing I learned. I don't want to blow the story because it'll show up in the magazine, but I call it 90 seconds, whether it's 90-second faith or 90-second self-belief. But there was a moment where all these other girls who had the right outfits, the right things, they were doing all the right stuff. And here was, klutzy me, poor kid with borrowed clothes in college. And there was 90 seconds where I made a choice. And in my heart, I heard, you either pretend or believe that you are the most elegant, most powerful, most graceful ballerina ever in the history of life, or you die. Basically, you'll take the F in a class and you'll just ruin it. And I thought, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I'm going to believe in myself. And those 90 seconds, I did get an A in the class, and all the mean girls were like, oh, how could you get an A in the class, right? But I saw the face of the instructor and she was moved because I believed in myself. And I thought, if I can impact one person that I had no chance of impacting, maybe I could impact others. And I always moved forward looking for the opportunity to help kids. So I worked with kids since I was like 19 on and off, but I never had it organized like we did now.
What a beautiful story, because you're right. You could have chosen to just, again, not be good enough because somebody else was better. Or you decided, like, I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I'm going to tell my mind that I am the best ballerina there ever
Yep.
was in this class. And you allowed yourself to step into that possibility and you empowered yourself to be exactly that. I love that, because it doesn't matter if you were or you weren't. It's what you believed and it's what you projected and it's what your teacher saw in you. And so this is a great idea for folks out there. If you want to do something, if you desire something and you feel like someone might be better than you, decide that you're going to be the very best of it for you, and exude all of that and do all of that, because people feel that vibration, right out of the beginning of the show. They feel that vibration of you doing your best. I think that was such a great analogy of bringing home that idea of creating this powerful vibration.
I appreciate that. Yes, it's like the ripple effect, right? If I do it, if I believe it, then the next person I meet, my husband, my child, the kids we rescued, the person down the street, the person who's behind a cashier, 8 hours a day, who looks like they haven't had one compliment their whole life, right? You bring that to others, and then others hopefully will be ignited to pass it on. I know that if we don't do that, there's no chance of that happening. And creating a new normal, even if you've had a horrible background, a horrible past, you can take today and say, you know what? I'm done living like this, or I'm done feeling like this. I'm going to believe right now that I can be whatever I want to be, or who I want to be. And no matter what the financial situation is or the emotional relationships are, it can be done. I know, because I'm living proof.
You give me so much inspiration. I believe, like we just have to say, I believe, I trust, I have faith, I know, and I believe that for me, and it will come to be. Great idea. Okay, any more for us? Any more good ideas?
Well, there's probably tons of them, but when people say, how do I create the new normal? Well, it's a step-by-step process. Nothing happens overnight, at least not in my life, and it probably shouldn't, or we wouldn't respect it as much, right? If it's too easy, sometimes it doesn't stick, but just take one step at a time. Do one thing different that's good for yourself, for your family, for your situation. And a lot of times people, they hate their job, they hate this, they don't like their family, whatever. Well, we have to change that mindset and say, today I'm going to look at something positive, even if it kills me. I'm going to find that positivity somewhere, and be the first one. You might scare a few people. I guarantee you'll lose some friends, quote unquote, but that's okay, because the people that don't affirm and edify you really aren't real friends anyways. I tell young people this all the time. If someone that you're with doesn't make you feel good about yourself, doesn't mean they're not truthful with you. Maybe that dress doesn't look so good on you, but I'm just saying, if they don't affirm you or edify you or make you feel better about yourself, then they're not probably someone to have in your life on a regular basis. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, I say the same thing. If someone doesn't want you to succeed, they're not really a friend
Right.
because we all have the ability and we all deserve to succeed. There's room enough for all of us to be successful, and your true friends want to see you succeed, want to help you get there, and that's the sign of a true friend. Well, before we close, tell us a little bit about the magazine, because that's super powerful, and share a little bit about the book.
Sure. Voices of Courage is our brand new magazine, also in the Library of Congress. And it is about celebrating everyday people on the front lines of human rights issues. So whether it's human trafficking, or maybe somebody's been denied rights in the education system, or because of a disability, we want to celebrate the people that are out there advocating for the human spirit, advocating for the humans that need their rights protected. In my case, it is the innocents, the ones that are brutally hurt, whether it's through trafficking or abuse or any of that. Even one incident can take the life of an innocent person. So one incident can take the life. So basically, be aware. The magazine is out in national retailers. It'll be also online through online magazine subscriptions. Voices of Courage. The book, Voices Against Trafficking, Strength of Many Voices. We are proud of that. It's a handbook, a conversation starter. So we hope people will get that book, help support us do the work we do, but more importantly, get information from 18 or 20 different top voices around the world about this issue.
So beautiful. The work you're doing is exceptional. And I just really want to say thank you, because not everybody chooses this path. And certainly the best part for me is that you took a situation in your life and you didn't let it destroy you. You didn't let it ruin you. You didn't become the victim of your circumstances. You became the hero. And it's just amazing to watch you and to listen to you and to feel your enthusiasm and your excitement, and to know that you've taken a situation and using it for the benefit of so many others. It truly is the definition of igniting humanity. And I just want to say thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you, JB. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, if you want to know more about what Andi's up to, please go to her website. You can see all of the things that she is doing. If you feel that something in your life needs to be addressed, please reach out. I know Andi and her team would support you. Of course, she said that there's 1-800 numbers listed on the website if you need immediate assistance. And of course, we are always here to help. And so is Andi. So if something in your life needs to be addressed, please let us know so we can be there to support you. Thank you, Andi, so much. Blessings to you. Have a great day, and thanks for igniting humanity.
You too. Thank you so much.
Well, this is a poignant topic that we all need to be thinking about and making sure that the people in our lives are protected and looked after, and we too are looking after ourselves. And so take some of the ideas that Andi shared and, of course, use them to propel yourself forward. Be aware of the people around you and notice that you can make a difference. What I love about Andi's story is, tragic as it was in her younger years, she's really used it as a platform to propel herself forward. And as she's moving forward, she's locking arms with others and pulling them forward with her. It's phenomenal to see the number of people that she has helped and saved, and knowing that those people will go on to ignite other people. The woman she just talked about with her young son, his life will forever be changed from the courage of his mother, and he will go on to ignite somebody else. And that really is the power of igniting humanity. You alone, just you, have the ability to shift your life, to change what you believe. As Andi said, make today be the day that you start to think differently about you and who you are and how you radiate out into the world. If each and every one of us begins to do this, we will change the way the world is going. We will impact and affect the way things are not working into a way that they can work. And that is the power in each every one of us. We are not powerless. We are truly powerful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you'd like to watch it again or any of our other episodes, please go to the link below and see all of the things that we're doing and all of the people that we are showcasing to ignite humanity. Our show is reaching over 6 million viewers in 190 countries, so we know that we are making an impact. We are infusing this idea of igniting humanity into the lives of others. And if you're watching right now, I just want to say thank you for showing up. There's a reason that you're here, and I want to plant the seed that you have the ability to ignite the lives of someone else. If you want to know what we're up to and be a part of igniting humanity, please go to our website. We've got lots of fun stuff, including the ability for you to tell your story. We want to hear your story and make it a part of our Ignite Humanity compilation book. We'd love for you to tell us about that. So visit our website and find out more. And of course, if you'd like to be on the show because you're igniting humanity, please fill out our type form. Go to the link below and tell us about yourself. Share your Ignite moment. Let us know what you're doing to ignite others. And we would love to showcase you. We want people from all over the world, different voices, different backgrounds, different experiences, because that is truly the essence of igniting humanity. We want to hear from you or someone you know. Fill out the type form for them, because we believe that every single person has a story and every single story matters. All right, well, before we close, let me let you know that we are building schools overseas and always looking for donations. Our incredible Ignite Humanity School of Hope is being built, and we want you to be a part of the joy in doing just that. As Andi said, just $5 absolutely makes a difference. $5 buys 5 bricks. Every single dollar buys a brick to our school. And so we would love for you to check it out and donate and be a part of igniting the life of a child and igniting literacy around the world. See all those ways you can ignite? There's many wonderful things you can do. All right, thanks for watching the show, and we'll see you tomorrow. Many blessings. Happy May Day.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.